design, but let's look at colouring it. So at the moment I've got my dress and it has no fill colour, so that's red line through it there. And if I want to give it a full colour, I can double click in there, pick whichever colour I want, say OK, and there we go. If I want to make that a swatch, which will become very useful later on, I'm just going to pick a slightly different colour because it's very similar to the colour I already picked. So we'll use a green, and whichever colour is at the front, either in my fill or my stroke, whichever one's to the front, because that's the stroke to the front, that's the fill to the front. If I then click on new in my swatches, it will give me a new swatch. I can name it if I want. So if I call it leaf green and say OK, it will pop into my swatches. When I hover over it, it will tell me it's called leaf green, which is useful. Okay, so you can use flat colour. If we want to use gradients, we can. We would open up the gradient palette, which is in Window and Gradient. And please open swatches as well, because it's useful to use the two together. And then what we can do is, firstly, easiest way is just add a black and white gradient. And then if I want to, I can just grab a swatch and pull it on top of the colours that are already there. I can also grab whatever colour I want and put it anywhere. I can delete that colour again by clicking on the bin, or I could just drag the colour away from the bar. Okay, I can create new colours, drag them around, and the new colour will be based on whichever part of the screen you click on. What I'd like is for my pink to go a bit whiter than that, so I'm going to put a white on the end, click in between. I don't want a pure white, I just want it to look a little bit whiter at that end. Okay, and there we go, we've got a linear gradient there, which might be exactly what you want. We can edit that. We can use the gradient tool over here. This is the gradient tool, and we can rescale this. So you can see I'm moving the gradient backwards and forwards. We can, if we move outside the edge of that, we can rotate it. Okay, so we can have an angle on there if we want. Okay, we can also edit the colors on here. So I can double click and I can change the amount of cyan, magenta, yellow or black in that color, or I can click in my color bar, click whichever color I want, okay, or I can go to my swatches and click a swatch color. Okay, so they're all editable in there as well. You also have a radial gradient, so this will give me a circle, and I can move this around. Gosh, how do we move it around again? It's by the black dot, is it? Oh, we can make it elliptical. Yeah, we can rescale it, and there we go. We can move it around. Okay, and again, we can double click on any of these and we can change the colors there. The last one I want to show you is the freeform gradient tool, which is really useful. What it's done is it's given me a few points. This tends to be random on kind of where it puts them and how many points it gives you. But I can click on that and I can either click on a swatch, or I can click on it and I can click on my fill color, and I can select any color I want. I can move up and down through here. Let's go with a kind of slightly similar, or maybe a bit more baby pink, a bit darker. Say OK. Okay, so we can create some really quite complex gradients using this technique. So have a play. I'll also post up kind of the final version because it took me a while to finish this one off, but I'll post that up. Good luck, hope it goes well.